guys, really quick before I start this video, I wanted to remind you all that once we hit 500 subscribers, I'm going to be giving away a physical copy of my second book, The Effects of Selective Breeding on Corn Snakes. So if you would like to enter to win a copy of that book, subscribe and leave a comment down below letting me know that you would like to be in that drawing, and I will be doing that on camera in a future video once we hit 500 subscribers. Thank you for watching. Enjoy the video. Okay, the saga of the next clutch is begun, and we are a month out from hatching. When I say we're a month out from hatching, I mean literally these are due August 20th, and it is only like July 22nd or something right now. I don't know the exact date. So once in a while I go in and I check on my snake eggs, which, you know, makes sense, right? And I kind of make sure that they're moist enough, and I make sure that everything's copacetic. But today I go in, and this egg has a huge black moldy spot on its edge there. So I do what I normally do, and I go in with a paper towel that is moist with a little bit of hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide often kills mold. And I notice a tiny, tiny, tiny pin-sized hole in the egg where the mold had eaten through. And sure enough, as soon as I noticed it, the albumin, the white of the egg, just starts pouring out of the hole. Absolutely pouring out of the hole. Now, I wish I could have recorded it for you guys, but I was not about to pick up the camera and risk that snake's life. It's in there just to film something. So the very first thing I did, of course, was plug the hole with my finger and try to keep the egg upright, which is very difficult while you're trying to do everything, especially when you're by yourself. I was by myself this whole time, and I took some Band-Aids, and I actually cut first I started with little smaller Band-Aids, and I figured those were not going to work. They just kept falling off. And so then I got the really, really sticky Band-Aids. Thankfully, we had some of the really, really sticky ones. And I cut off the pad and only used the sticky part of the Band-Aid. And I put immediately over the hole. Well, these Band-Aids, of course, are a little porous. They allow some water to leak in and out. So then I put another layer on, and then I put a whole other Band-Aid's worth of layer on, and then I also put some Scotch tape around the whole thing to sort of keep it more waterproof. And you'll notice that I kept the top of the egg as open as possible. I might have a picture of the egg from before all of this happened. There was sort of a dark area, and that is what was molding up. If you ever have eggs that have like a weird dark patch when they're laid, oftentimes those dark patches will start to mold. So that's what happened here. And thankfully, I think we have everything under control. The albumin was just ridiculous and hard to stop from pouring out. You can't really see where it was coming out, which is good. That's sort of part of the point, but it was coming out sort of right here on this edge. But there's 3 layers of tape there right now, so hopefully we're gonna be okay. The egg still has room to plump up a little bit. I didn't tighten the part of the tape so much that it wouldn't be able to plump up. They're pretty much as plump as they're gonna get, I think. But yeah, this is gonna be an interesting clutch. This is the last clutch that I'm expecting to hatch this year, and like I said, we're only halfway through incubation, so it's gonna be a long one. I'm really hoping that the baby in that egg makes it. Okay, I am back here with the last clutch of the season, number 73, I think it is. The one that had the egg that was leaking, obviously. I just kind of wanted to give you guys an update. This clutch is supposed to hatch here within the next, like, I want to say within the next few days, maybe within the next week or so. And I just thought I would update you guys. This is the egg, obviously, that had an issue. And if I pick it up and look at it here, I know it's not 100% in focus, but the Band-Aid seems to be doing its job. I can't really tell if there's any more mold that's reoccurring on the egg, but it doesn't really look like there is from what I can see. It is a little less, like, inflated compared to the other ones, but it's actually pretty late term right now, so even if the egg was cut right now, as long as the baby had enough to live in, it would probably be okay. I'm not going to cut it now. I'm going to wait until either some of the other ones start to pip, or at least wait until closer to the date to cut any of the eggs. But I just thought I would give you guys an update on that, because I know that can be kind of an iffy thing. Like, if you get a leaky egg, it may or may not make it. So, yeah, there's how it's doing. I know, like I said, it's been about a month since I did that, and for you guys, I know it's only been a millisecond, but yeah, that egg has held up with that band-aid on it for a month now. And so, and I checked the veins before I started recording this video. It still has really nice veins in it. Baby inside is still healthy. It's just a little less inflated than the rest of the eggs. So yeah, I'll keep you guys updated as the week goes on and as this clutch starts to hatch. Okay, we're back with clutch number 73, the one that had the egg with the band-aid on it, and we have a pippy. It had its nose out earlier. It's a little scared right now, but it's some sort of charcoal or anery or something like that. And I'm actually really excited because right now I have a different clutch. This is the other clutch that we've been talking about, also coming out at the same time. So 2 clutches coming out at once. It's very exciting. So I'll be back. I'm going to go ahead and cut the eggs in this clutch just to get them headed in the right direction. And then we'll be back as soon as some of them actually start coming out. Alright, we're back again with our band-aid clutch, and a couple more are breathing. This one here is breathing, that one, little one there is breathing. This one looks like it might have been breathing, same with maybe this one. And obviously we have our adorable little Sunkissed morph out here. What are you? Hi. So this was the very first one that pipped out of probably one of the smallest eggs. You can see the empty egg out over here. It looks like the band-aid baby is alive and well and waiting on it to come out too. This is a charcoal Sunkissed, at least a charcoal Sunkissed. Let's see. Oh, sorry, you guys can't see. With that belly, it looks like a mask, not a diffused. Yeah, definitely a mask. But, it's charcoal, and it might also be Anery. Might be a carbon. Not sure. But, yeah, beautiful little baby. Probably a keeper, not gonna lie. Sorry to anyone who wanted any, Sunkissed combinations this year. I ended up keeping them all. So, I'm gonna get this little baby its own little home, and yeah, we'll come back after more of them are out. Okay, it is the next day on the band-aid clutch. As you guys know, this has kind of been a really long-awaited hatch for me because of the band-aid baby over here. Now, band-aid baby is still in the egg. All of the rest of them have pretty much come out of the egg. It looks like we have a charcoal or carbon diffused or mask here. Looks like a diffused, trying to escape. And we have a nice blood red here. And we have another, what I think is probably a carbon over here, biting me. And a couple of classics. And they're all very feisty. They're all very feisty and very energetic. That's a really, really nice blood red. A couple of the babies that came out of these clutches almost looked pied. But I don't know if there's any evidence of there being pied anywhere. I haven't hatched any like known pieds from this line before, so I would doubt that there's pied. This dude back here, come here. We need to get your little slimy butt in your own enclosure. That's what we need. Okay, I will definitely come back and update you guys on when Band-Aid Baby comes out, but I want to get these guys in their own enclosures. Okay, we're back briefly, and the Band-Aid Baby is breathing. Looking good. Looking like a little normal. Probably not going to bother it too much. I did go ahead and move Band-Aid Baby into its own enclosure, so when it came out, it would already be home, and I wouldn't have to worry too much about it. I will come back later after Band-Aid is completely out, and I will actually take the Band-Aid and the tape off the shell to see what the shell looked like, and probably show you guys what was going on there when I first taped it up. Okay guys, we're finally back with Band-Aid Baby. And a baby finally came out, and I cut the shell after she, or he, I haven't sexed it yet, came out. That's what the inside of the shell looked like. I don't know if it's going to focus, but you can see like that's what the baby was sort of growing up in or next to, which is probably why it took her/him, I'll check later, so long to come out. It can probably delay a little bit of growth when stuff like that happens. I'm going to take the band-aid off of the shell and show you guys what the outside looks like. Okay, we're in the top of the light box again, and here is kind of what happened to the shell. As you saw the inside of it already. I'm hoping that my camera's focusing on that. And then this was actually what the backside looked like. Not sure if it's focusing again. I'm trying to get it to focus. But as you can see, it's quite moldy and it's got just sort of a bad spot going on. Now, when I went in to wipe it off, there it goes focusing. I just used a little bit of hydrogen peroxide on a paper towel and gently rubbed, but then it started leaking. So that is what was happening, was it started to leak, and I'm trying to get it to focus, I wanted to cover it up somehow. So I started with these like pieces, I cut the sticky side of the band-aid off and just started covering it over and over and over again. So there was these 4 layers, and this was the one that was actually on the egg itself, as you could probably tell. And then I think that this one was on top of it, and then this one, and then this one was on the outside. And just to help kind of hold everything together, and also, like, I knew with these band-aids, some of the fluid was actually going to be leaking through it because they're meant to be porous. So I wanted to put a plastic layer on the outside, so I used the clear plastic tape on the outside. And if you'll remember, about half of the egg was uncovered by tape completely, so that if the snake needed to get out, it still could if I didn't cut it in time. So that's what it looked like when I walked in, and like I said, I didn't have time to get that picture for you guys when I first started because I did not want all of that albumin to be leaking out of the egg. So there you go. Oh, by the way, I sexed Band-Aid. Band-Aid is a female, so and she'll have a nice happy home. Once she starts eating, she'll be up for sale, and so will Gigantor and Little Tiny, the other 2 that were in this clutch, the really big egg and the really small egg. So we have Gigantor, Band-Aid, and Tiny, and they're all females, and they'll all be available at some point. Thanks for watching, guys. I will see you in the next one. Okay, real quick, guys, I wanted to show you the difference in size between the snake that came out of the smallest egg here and the snake that came out of the biggest egg. Now, this was the smallest eggshell. That's what that little baby came out of. And this was the biggest eggshell. That's what the bigger baby over there came out of. Look at the difference in size on them. Just insane. And these are from the same clutch. We thought that maybe this one would end up being like a twin. Stop being mean. But not a twin, just a very, very big baby. In fact, that baby is probably the size of some of my 1-month to 2-month-olds right now. So yeah, just thought I would show you guys. I know a lot of people were wondering if they were going to be twins, but nope, not twins, just very, very different babies. Look at all the baby snakes. Oh, many, many, many baby snakes. All the many baby snakes.